It's time for another True Power match, and today we have possibly the most high-status Kanto battle yet. In the last battle, we saw Elite Four Lorelei battle former champion Blue in an unbelievable match that definitely turned some heads and truly represented the power of those former Indigo Plateau trainers. And today we have what is arguably an even crazier matchup between Trace, a former champion of the Indigo Plateau, versus Lance, the current champion of that very same league. We know that Trace did at one point defeat Lance to become champion himself, but he has since lost his title, and today he's come back for revenge. If you want to find out how he determined Lance's best team using his actual Pokemon in the main series games and learn about his secret history as a trainer, be sure to check out his True Power episode in the description below. And without any further ado, let's head to the team previews. Although his team members aren't the most competitively viable Pokemon out there, Trace comes in with a very well-rounded and diverse team with a defensive core of Slowbro and Vileplume, and also some sweepers like Rapidash, Pidgeot, and Jolteon. Whereas Lance, of course, has an immensely powerful dragon-oriented team with huge threats throughout. Two trainers who approach their team building in entirely different ways, and who have a storied history battling one another for the championship. And now they're ready to settle their feud once and for all, so let's make our way to the stadium. The long-awaited battle, Trace, the former champion of the Indigo Plateau, versus Lance, the current champion of that same league. Lance starting off with the Garchomp, a very aggressive start from him, whereas Trace is going to start off with his Vileplume, a very defensive start from him, so an interesting dynamic here at the beginning of the battle, and Lance is going to go with the Stealth Rock on the Garchomp. A very good choice on his behalf because, of course, Trace's Pokemon don't really deal with Stealth Rock that well, but the Vileplume going with the Sleep Powder, and it connects on the Garchomp. The Garchomp is now asleep and completely immobile, so Lance's lead is now basically done for, depending on what Trace has in store for it. Trace gonna go with the Strength Sap on the Vileplume. That's gonna lower the Garchomp's attack as well. Now that Garchomp is in a very bad position, and Lance honestly has a pretty bad start to the battle here. That Vileplume putting in the work, but now the Charizard is coming out on Lance's side. Now Charizard has a lot of ways it can deal with this Vileplume, including defensively, where Vileplume goes for the Giga Drain and it does absolutely nothing. Trace is going to be forced to switch out into the Rapidash. Rapidash coming out against the Charizard. This is going to be a very interesting dynamic between these two because they're both, of course, fire types, but Lance going right away with the Mega Evolution. Mega Charizard X is on the field. Wow, this is a hyper aggressive start from Lance. Lance going with the Flare Blitz, though. Wow, what a prediction from Trace. Going in with the Rapidash, the Flash Fire. It's not going to affect it at all. Lance is now going to be forced to switch out yet again because, of course, he doesn't want to take the high horsepower from the Rapidash, but the Hydreigon was switched in, and the Levitate ability is going to cancel that out entirely. What a start to the battle. Now, Trace switching out the Rapidash, realizing he's got nothing to do, and sending back out the Vileplume. Vileplume back out on the field, going to get that Stealth Rock damage, and Hydreigon going for the Dark Pulse. Vileplume, of course, a very specially defensive threat, and Vileplume getting a little bit of recovery from the Black Sludge as well. It's going to be interesting to see what Lance does here. Another Dark Pulse from the Hydreigon on the Vileplume. Vileplume getting taken down very low. Looks like one more hit going for the Sludge Bomb. No poison, though. No poison on the Sludge Bomb. Perhaps what Trace was planning to get, but no poison at all. And Hydreigon coming in with another Dark Pulse to take out that Vileplume. Vileplume going down to that Hydreigon. Now, Hydreigon serves as a big problem for Trace's team, to come to think of it, but Trace is going to send out the Marowak, a very interesting choice there for Trace, because Marowak's special defense is not very high at all. Hydreigon coming in with the Dark Pulse, but Marowak actually surviving it pretty well and going with the Double Edge. Is that going to be... Oh, the Hydreigon goes down to the Double Edge. Marowak actually putting in some work here. Now, this is one of the Pokemon on Trace's team that, honestly, a lot of people were kind of doubting would be a good asset. And now the Gyarados comes in with the Intimidate, though, lowering that Marowak's attack. That is not good at all. Trace is going to be forced to switch into the Slowbro. Slowbro should be able to handle a Gyarados pretty well, one would imagine. Of course, that Stealth Rock damage, and Gyarados coming with the Waterfall. Slowbro is a beast, though. It barely does anything. Slowbro takes that like an absolute champ, and getting some recovery back, too. Wow! This is a crazy scenario here. Now Gyarados actually powering up with the Dragon Dance. Lance keeping him in there against the Slowbro, perhaps anticipating that he can't do much against him. But the Slowbro does have Scald, it seems. Scald coming in on the Gyarados. Can he get the burn? first turn. Yes, he does! The burn on the Gyarados. That is going to cripple that Gyarados really, really badly. Of course, lowering its attack and a little bit of damage every turn as well. Oh, no. Lance is kind of stuck here. What is he going to do to handle this Slowbro? Come to think of it, Lance can't really do much against a Slowbro, to be honest, but he's going to stay in with the Gyarados and go for the Dragon Dance on Gyarados yet again. But Slowbro actually turns out it has Psyshock. That might do some damage. Oh, wow, that is a good amount of damage coming in from the Slowbro onto the Gyarados. Gyarados is now in a very, very threatening position here. And Lance has to make a decision quickly as to what he's going to do. He's going to go in with the bounce, actually. Perhaps realizing that this Gyarados is, you know what, there's not much left to him. Switching him in later in the game might not be the best idea. But of course, Slowbro just racking up that recovery. Almost, is it at full health? It's almost at full health now. Gyarados getting hurt by that burn, and here it comes with the bounce. How much is the bounce going to do on the Slowbro? Oh, it barely does anything, even after the 2 Dragon Dances, of course, because of that burn. And Slowbro is actually going to be able to take down Lance's Gyarados. Slowbro posing a major threat to Lance's team. What is he going to do to deal with this thing? Honestly, I can't think of a single thing. Lance coming out with the Salamence now. Now, Salamence is an interesting choice here. Of course, coming in with that Intimidate is not going to do anything against that Slowbro. Slowbro is a special attacker after all. Salamence Draco Meteor perhaps showing that it's a special attacker, or perhaps even a mixed attacker. Coming in against the Slowbro, and oh, the Slowbro survives just barely. Salamence is, of course, going to get that special attack drop. However, Slowbro coming in with the Ice Beam, but the Salamence has a Yachi Berry. Can it survive a 4 times effective attack? It does! That Yachi Berry coming in key for the Salamence. Slowbro pulling off honestly, some great offensive plays as well as defensive plays here. But now that Slowbro is going to be outsped, and Lance going in with another Draco Meteor on the Slowbro, taking it out undoubtedly, even after that special attack drop. Wow, what a play coming in from Lance with those Draco Meteors. Perhaps one of his last chances to be able to take out such a physically defensive threat. And now, Trace coming out with the Jolteon, of course, probably wanting to outspeed that Salamence. Jolteon is a very, very fast Pokemon coming in with the Thunderbolt. Can that do it? Yes, the Salamence is down. Salamence is officially taken out. Did some good work, though, and took out probably what is the biggest threat to Lance's team, I would say. That's Slowbro. So now Lance sending out the Garchomp, which is asleep. Perhaps hoping that Jolteon did not have Hidden Power Ice, but of course it didn't use it on the Salamence, so that's probably why he didn't switch the Garchomp in to begin with. But of course, now Garchomp being sent out into the Thunderbolt, but now Pidgeot coming out on Trace's side, and the Pidgeotite is here! Here comes Trace's Mega Evolution, the Mega Pidgeot is on the field! What can this thing do? Mega Pidgeot, what a beast that thing is! Looks like it's going to be able to attack that Garchomp with the Air Slash. Air Slash coming in on the Garchomp, doing a good amount of damage. Perhaps not enough. The Garchomp woke up with the Outrage. No! Is this going to be possible? The Mega Pidgeot taken down in 1 turn. The Garchomp woke up. Are you kidding me? Wow! Jolteon now coming back out onto the field, trying to outspeed that Garchomp. Those stones are going to be hurting it, though. What is it going to do? The Shadow Ball. It looks like it doesn't have Hidden Power Ice, to be honest. That Shadow Ball should not do enough. No, the Garchomp survives and now goes for the Outrage. Lance absolutely having no more of this. He wants this to be done. Outrage on the Jolteon. Jolteon is definitely down. What is Trace going to do to deal with this Garchomp now? Rapidash on the field. Rapidash is, of course, another speedy Pokemon, and it's going to be able to take out that Garchomp with a high horsepower. A solid attack coming in, and a solid strategy from Trace, just outspeeding the heck out of that Garchomp. That Garchomp was looking very, very scary for a long time. However, Lance now coming out with the Dragonite. Dragonite, of course, his signature Pokemon. Rapidash looks to have nothing to deal with it except for Wild Charge, but Dragonite's multi-scale ability, of course, not making that Wild Charge do anything at all, and being able to respond back with the Earthquake to take down that Rapidash super effective hit. Rapidash is down. Lance now has his Dragonite and a Mega Charizard X, looking to be in a pretty good position here. 2 absolute powerhouses. And here comes the Marowak. Marowak putting in some good work earlier on in the game. However, Dragonite outspeeding with the Outrage. That should do it. That's it. Lance has taken the battle over Trace. 2-0 with this Dragonite and Mega Charizard X being left in the background. Now, honestly, Trace, we got to give him some props. That was a very good battle, a very strategic battle on his part. Of course, not very many competitively viable threats on his team, relative to Lance at least. But I would say he fought a really, really hard-fought battle, so props to Trace, but of course Lance, the current champion of the Indigo Plateau, moving to the quarterfinals. If you guys enjoyed this battle and are looking forward to the rest of the tournament, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next matches. Before we go, I'd like to thank the patrons who are making this tournament possible. If you guys want to help further this series' potential and support it, the link to my Patreon page will be in the description below. That's all for this one. This has been Soul Spectre, and I'll see you guys next time for more True Power.